Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival, and as you can see we're out and about in the hover vehicle for a couple of reasons, and the main reason being is I fancied a change of pace because we spent the last two parts down over here working on my base, and we got it up. It's a very simple base, but it's going to fulfill the current requirements. The one problem I do have is I'm a bit short of resources, so I came out here to get some silicon and some copper. Unfortunately, this copper deposit was defended by 3 drones, and therefore I kind of had to pass up on that, but I did get the silicon. And then I thought, well, why not? I managed to get over this mountain range and come up through here. So I thought what we're going to do is try and explore around here and maybe make our way back to the base here. Because one of the problems on this planet is all the mountains. And I get a feeling that I'm going to have to try and get an SV relatively quickly in order to be able to well, explore, because getting across all these mountains with the current ship is a little bit of a problem. And just to give you an update on my resource situation, actually I've got written there, go in there, you can see I've got 410 silicon, I've only got 23 copper, and I don't actually have much copper back on my base. So the primary reason is to get out, explore. Actually, there's a little bit of copper there, so I'm just gonna do it the hard way. Oops, I don't want that. Oops, I'm not doing very well at the moment. Yeah, so what I want to do is just gather some copper. We got iron because I've got loads of steel plates back on my base. I want to keep gathering the resources simply because what I would like to do is upgrade my hover vehicle in the sense of getting some weapons on it. Because again, sorry, I keep flipping back in the map, guys. You can see we've got Xerax everywhere. And I can't really get into their territories because there's a good chance I could run into a patrol. And at the moment, I've got no real defences against a patrol at all. And ideally, what I would like to do is upgrade this hover vehicle and get some turrets on it so that I can, well, be able to at least blow away some patrols should they get too close. But at the moment, we're just going to keep pushing west. Now, I'm aware that this may not be a particularly interesting video because it's obviously going to be flying across. At the moment, there's nothing on the radar whatsoever. Just kind of, maybe we need to push up a little bit towards the Arctic area. Now, I've got to keep pushing west all the time because you can see I've only got 2 minutes 44 left to this day. So so I don't really want to have to sleep if night catches up. So we're going to keep kind of pushing fairly aggressively west all the time. At the same time, I do want to open up this Arctic region. Maybe we'll push up this way a little bit just to see. I mean, there's nothing on the radar at the moment, and maybe we'll just bounce along up around this upper Arctic area for the moment. While we're flying across the surface here, I just want to talk about a comment posted by Mark Dunlop. Big thank you for your feedback on base defences, and he raised a very interesting point. It's something that I have to confess, guys, in me building bases, it's not going for the higher tier weapons. It's never been really much of a priority for me, because normally once you've got a couple of cannons and some sentry guns, normally that used to be enough to defend the base, especially against the fairly routine drone attacks. What he points out is using rocket turrets and artillery, and just to give you guys an idea what I'm talking about is, if I come down here, if we can find the weapons. See, normally once I get to rocket turrets, I don't normally worry too much about laser turrets and artillery turrets. But as he points out, these are very good base defences because what you've got to do is keep the attackers away. So, but of course, to actually make this, we're going to need sarcosium, oscillators and capacitors, which then actually opens up a little bit of a dilemma in the sense that if you've got to get that, it means we've got to get an SV, which means we've got to get out into space to get those rare resources. So it's an interesting combination of how do you defend your base and using the weapons, and whilst at the same time well, just generally exploring and doing things. So we're going to be looking into that. I'm not too sure whether I would put heavy weapons on my current base, partly because I'm half expecting to, how can you say, lose that island base, and my primary defensive base will probably be on a mountaintop. And one thing I've found about this planet is It's got plenty of mountaintops. It's a compared to other starter planets I've done, this seems to be a very mountainous planet, which works against the hover vehicle. And we've now got something to the west, so I think we can now kind of power there. Plus the mountains have come north again. I'm kind of pushed up against this Arctic area here, so maybe we're just going to push through here and see what we can find. As I say, if I can get enough copper and that, we will stop, and especially if I can find a neutral POI that I can use as a temporary base, something like the junkyard or something like that with a flat surface, and then I can stop and do a bit of rebuilding, put a couple of Gatling guns on this ship. What I'll probably have to do is take away the rear section and extend it so that I can put the ammo box containers on the back. I'm aware that this isn't particularly well defended with all the container boxes and all that, so but it will not be long before I start to take this ship apart again. So I want to make it wider with a lot more carry capacity so that I can get some turrets on. I'm not even sure if I've actually unlocked the turrets yet. Let's just go down here. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get the, well, we can unlock the Gatling guns while I'm looking at it. And then what we'll do is we will go with the minigun turrets, but you can see I need the large constructor to do that, so I won't be able to put minigun turrets on my ship until such time as we get back to base. So that's the objective. I mean, if I can get this wide enough so that I can mount 2 miniguns on it, so that if we do start to do some incursions into Xerax territory, we can take down any patrols that we encounter. And of course, the other thing also is once I've got a couple of miniguns on the top, I will not have to worry about drones, because at the moment I'm a little bit vulnerable to drones because I don't have any real weapons. I mean, I've got an assault rifle, but I mean, trying to take drones down with an assault rifle is exciting. I mean, you can do one, but if you've got 2 or 3, especially if they're rocket drones or something like that, life can be a bit difficult. I don't really need any more silicon. That's the annoying thing. I'm finding the wrong resources. What I really want is a copper mine that's not defended by drones. So we're still going west. So there's the silicon, there's the mountain range. I think we'll just keep pushing west to see what's on that radar there. I mean, now mind you, we're up to about 4 minutes. I mean, maybe we can go south a little bit just to explore the area. I mean, this is quite a sparse area. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing Mark said is the fact that the strength of the attacks increase over time, but I do wonder whether that is related to how much you antagonize the Xerax. So again, there's going to be a consequence now if you start to attack Xerax and kill them. That will then make them more aggressive in attacking your base in return. I mean, one thing I did have thought about is maybe going mobile, and then whether that actually counts, because if you can build a mobile CV, you don't really need to worry about a base. I mean, that could be an objective, is just go completely mobile and have a mobile base. There's nothing really here, so I think, I mean, we've kind of cut down into it, or we're on the line, so we're going to need to get across this line relatively quickly, because in that zone we can't actually pick anything up or mine anything. We're just going to, I think we're just going to plough west, sitting across the line. There we are. That, I don't know if you guys actually saw that flash. You can see my ship has actually landed, because that's because we crossed the line. I think we're probably still in that zone, yeah. And so if we head a little bit, it actually says whatever there is to the north, which is going to be interesting, because if it's in this kind of crossover zone, we might not be able to use it. We're just going to go north to see what's up here. Oh, now it says it's west, so whatever it is here, I would guess it's probably a crash ship. It would be great if it was a ship that's got some thrusters on it or something like that, so we can get the rare resources. I mean, it still says it's away to the west. I'm kind of looking at that on the horizon there, on the edge of the lake. That looks a bit... We got a crash sentinel, yeah, so I was correct. Although it's crash sentinel rear, hopefully it will not be defended by drones. It looks very similar to what I got back by my base, doesn't it? In fact, it looks almost exactly the same. But we can check it over. I don't really want to spend too much time looting out planes, but we can get the antenna off the top. I mean, that will give me some resources. I think we'll just salvage straight away. We'll just grab that antenna. That'll give me some computers. Oops. I think I did that I did that the last time. And there is some loot boxes in here. So let's see if we can find anything worth looting. Well, we've got the showers, there we are. Yeah, it is exactly the same as what I had before. Got that there. We've got some bunk beds. I don't think we need any more of that. And of course, we can get that there. We got an insulation boost. That could be useful. And another thing Mark pointed out is that in order to build all these weapons and actually provide the ammunition for them, is that needing access to magnesium, which again means that I'm going to have to get up onto the moon or somewhere where we can collect it. As far as I know, there are no magnesium deposits on this planet. So life is going to be a little bit interesting. I'll just pick out a few steel plates. I don't really want to pick up too many because I've got a fairly limited carry capacity on this ship. Whoops. And again, I don't really want to spend too much time. What I really want is hardened steel plates, and I'm not finding them at the moment. And let's have a quick look. Coming in this end. Yeah. I mean, I would have to dig out a little bit more. I think that's enough, guys. I don't want to spend too long here because what will happen is the daylight will run out. Even though up here the days are longer, you can see I'm now up to, I've got just over 4 minutes or whatever it is of daylight. I think what we're going to do is just keep pushing west and see what's that next item is. Now I've got to be a bit careful because it seems, just to flip back in here, guys, there is a really large number of Xerax in this area. Oh great, I don't really want to get into those dips and lakes because, as I say, I'm a little bit overloaded and I don't really want to get caught in these depressions. What we're going to try and do is get round them and then maybe check south once we got past them. Whoops, sorry about that, creatures. Yeah, and I think we can afford to maybe go south this over there. These creatures are harmless. In fact, they come over and actually follow you around. Oops, no, back to here. Well, pick up a bit more copper. And anything else here? Okay, back in here. And of course, if you don't have armor, this is not a particularly good area to come up to because it can get quite cold up here. And we're just going to push south a little bit and see if there's anything else around here. There's some copper there. Yeah, copper is proven to be a little bit difficult at the moment. I mean, even the few copper mines I've actually found, that they're all small. But then this is often the trait when you seed a planet, that there always seems to be like one resource that's always a bit shorter than the rest. You can see we're about 7 kilometers away from our base, and maybe. I mean, I'm a bit reluctant to walk away from that It says whatever there is, there's 2 items to the west of us. So maybe I need to focus on that rather than trying to fill in the gaps to the south of me, which is not. So it says west and north. Guess that it's probably is going to be some more crashed ships. One thing I will point out about the radar, guys, you can see it says 2 to the west, 1 to the north. But sometimes I've noticed that what actually happens is you get the same item appears in both directions. So it could be that there's just one item that's right on the border of west and north. But we'll keep pushing north up this way just to see what we can find. It'd be really... Wow, okay. So we got 1 to the south, 1 to the... Oh boy, oh boy. We're on the edge of Xerax territory. I could go south. I think what I'm going to be inclined to do is go north this way. We found a crashed capital vessel. But we're going to have to be very careful here because I don't want to run into any Xerax patrols close to me here. Yeah, we're just going to be able to Skype across the top of them. Wow, that was... I could have very easily I could have very easily just wandered into hostile territory and not actually been known. So the stuff to the south of me is definitely Xerax POIs. This is actually a crashed capital vessel, so this is a bit more encouraging a bit there. Let's just get in here. I mean, I'd love to try and get on top of it. I don't... Oh, yeah, I can. Great, thank you. It means I can land then and save a bit of fuel. Now the question is this going to be worth actually... And I'm just going to turn off the hovers and the thrusters. Save a bit of fuel. So the question is this going to be worth coring? And if I core it, will it attract the Xerax? There's no actual drones around here. And again, there's a bit of a temptation. Do I pick up the thrusters to get the rare elements, or leave the thrusters when I want to build a capital vessel? I'm kind of inclined that I do. Yeah, let's go for it, guys. Let's get here. I'm going to core all this so that I can, based on the assumption I can make a core, come into it. I'm going to core this, and that will allow me to search the cargo boxes without excavating it. I think that would be worth it. And then maybe we'll take out the thrusters that I can see that I don't need to dig out. And then that could be useful from that perspective. Okay, let's just sort out what I've been picking up. You see, I don't have that much in the way of there. I mean, we could put, we'll put this in the other controller because I've got to go to it anyway. You made that call? Been a bit... I mean, I haven't powered everything off. Okay, it's taken a little while to get the call finished. Let's just have a look round. I mean, it'd be... Let's just... Whoops. I mean, what I would really like is some hardened steel blocks, but I don't think we're going to get any hardened steel blocks from here. We will be able to get the an RCS there. I think we're just going to salvage that. That's going to give me some steel plates and electronics. I mean, it's not exactly a rare item. Okay, we got some... Wow. What on earth is that? That's a large thruster there. Well, we're certainly going to take that out. Yeah, I think I'm going to strip this for the thrusters. I'm not worried about the steel plates, but we're certainly going to take this thruster. Actually, maybe I'll core it first. And why is that not? Okay, I've obviously got my links messed up with... Right. First things first, core it. Cargo boxes, none. Great, thank you, game. Landing gear. But we've got a nice big pile of thrusters here. Doors, equipment, bed, shower, flare, lights. I'm pretty sure they've changed the composition of some of these crash ships now, that they don't have the resources on them like they used to. Right, guys, so that was a bit of a waste of time. I can't carry the thrusters, so we're going to have to take out the base resources. Yeah, we'll get some flux coils and oscillators. Yeah, I think this would be worth picking out. So, yeah, we're just going to loot the thrusters. Yeah. Because of course, one thing you don't get now, or you don't seem to get now, is that nice regular supply that you used to get from the regular drone attacks. I mean, they used to be a very good source of resources. Steel plates. Right, where was those large thrusters that were around here? There we are. There's one down there. But certainly take them. It's a medium thruster. Yeah. What's that? Heavy landing gear. I'm not sure what we get there. We got some mechanical components from that. Let me see. Oh, we came through here, didn't we? That's it. Yeah. So there was a whole clump of them here. We'll certainly take the large thruster. That's going to be worth something. Yeah, look at that. 3 zirconium ore alloy, not ore. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, I'm going to kind of make my base defensible. These are the type of resources I'm going to need. Oops. So stripping out these thrusters. As I'm saying, it's always a hard decision, because there's part of me that says these thrusters would be a key towards getting my capital vessel built, because obviously if we have to make the thrusters, we've got to make these components that I'm actually retrieving at the moment. But at the same, cannot pick up inventory full. Right. I suppose, yeah, a bit of a fail on my part there, guys. I'm pretty sure you're nearly full, so you need to just put this in here. Right, you're full. Okay, that's going to make life a little bit difficult. But we can put some stuff into here. And of course, this is why I was actually fearing that I won't be able to pick everything up. We've got a little bit more space. This is another reason why I want to actually upgrade my hover vehicle. What the? Wow. Where am I? Oops. Helmet on. Wow. Drop the weapon. Swim to the surface. Oh, come on. Can I jetpack out? Nope. Come on, game. What the flaming heck happened there? Ah, I haven't got power on and the thrusters off, didn't I? Sorry guys, brain shut down a little bit. Right, we're going to need to get out of here. And Completely took me off guard. I mean, I only took out one block, and the whole ship disintegrated around my ears. Oh, get out of the water. We should, if we can get to the edge there, we should be okay. Let me just get onto the... Yeah, we're coming out now. And of course, well, game's been a bit stupid. Right, let's just... Well, we managed to get some resources out of that. Probably a lot more resources than I was expecting. Looks like we've actually got Mr. Blobby there. Okay, guys. What can I say? That's probably not how to do it, but I think it's actually worked out fairly good. We got some cobalt, we got some neodymium, we got saphium, and we got loads of steel plates. So we I suppose I lost something, but not as much as I thought I was going to lose. And where are we now? I've just got to reorientate myself a little bit. And of course, where we've been working, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to push hard west for the moment. And what I would like, because that radar it hit is in Xerax territory. So what we're going to do is push hard west, get back into the daylight. I mean, we're still over Xerax territory. Yeah, we're just kind of coming. Yeah, that was an interesting experience. We've got mountains there. Yeah, I don't really want to get wedged into those mountains, so we're going to need to get round the top of these mountains. And if I can get into daylight and find somewhere where I can bake, I would really like now to use these resources to upgrade my ship. Maybe I'll even put those extra thrusters on so that I got more lift and more carry capacity. Although I've got a feeling that, well, you're not quite, so we can put some of this in here. But I'm getting very close to the maximum now for what I can carry on this ship. I've got stuck up against a tree. Yeah, there's a lot to the south of us, but that is going to be Xerax hostile POIs. With the ship getting us pretty loaded there, I definitely feel that oops, I'm not getting... Oh, we can sneak through there. Yeah, I definitely feel I need to find somewhere to stop now and rebuild the ship. Maybe if we start heading a little bit southwest. Just cut through here. Because that will still keep us kind of keeping the daylight. And I suppose what I'm really looking for is a way to get back to my base. As you can see here, guys, these mountain ranges are a real problem. So as I've already said, I definitely think I'm going to have to work on getting an SV. And there's a gap through there, but I'm not quite so sure that that's going to work. I think my inclination is to just keep going southwest for the moment. Right, it says there's something on the radar to the south of us, so we're just going to keep pushing through here. Come on, game, turn me up a neutral POI I can stop at, because I don't really want to stop and start changing this hover vehicle in the middle of nowhere, because with my luck I'll probably get attacked by bugs or spiders or worse still, raptors. Right, it's actually saying that there's something to the south and west of us now. Right, we found a crashed DSC. There's no point me really going out to find that and do anything with it, especially as it's in the middle of the water, because I'm a bit reluctant to go over water being this loaded up. And also at the same time, that could constitute a little bit of, I mean, I can't loot anything from it because I don't have the carry capacity. And I don't really want to. I think we're going to follow the edge of the lake. That does not look good. That is a... That looks very much like that is the... We're headed into Xerax territory again. I'm pretty sure that is the shrine. Although I'm not overly... I can't remember whether that actually is... It stands alone or whether it's actually in Xerax. There's a pteropod there as well. But this is not good territory to stop in. Let's go and check this out. As far as I know, this doesn't actually sit in Xerax territory. It kind of stands alone. So you've got, although that's the radar's now gone up to 5, which normally means a concentration of resources. And let's just check this out. Of course, we can't get up to it anyway. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is an unknown artifact. So it's not actually Xerax. It's me being delusional. But of course we can't get up to it without an SV because it's actually floating in the air, and there's no way you can jetpack up to it or anything like that. Okay, hunt predators. So, yeah, there it is up there. We will certainly be coming back to it. My instinct is to keep going west, but so I'm very reluctant to fly across the water here. But we're in Talon territory. Okay, so this could be useful. So, and let's just keep coming here. So we're right on the edge of the day-night cycle at the moment. So we're just going to keep pushing west as fast as possible. See if we, yeah, we're just getting a little bit of edge. Maybe we'll just check out the Talon area here. Actually, that would give me... I've actually gone too far, haven't I? I've passed my base here. So my instinct is that we're just going to keep following the daylight and keep exploring and staying mobile for the moment. Now, I'm going to have to be very careful with the fuel situation. So let's just... Right, so we're now into Talon area. And that's going to give us some more XP. There's a whole raft of stuff here. Sorry about the trees. Yeah, we're completely surrounded by resources here. Found the guard posts, small outposts. We found a bazaar. Yeah, there's lots of iron deposits, silicon, copper. We've definitely got to make friends with the Talon. Oh yes, look at this. This is going to be a great area to open up, and so we just keep. Yeah, this is the. I think it's almost this. Got the potential. What I'm looking for. I'm just going to keep pushing through here, and going this way, and the west. Whoops, out the trees. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff all around us at the moment, and I think I've just noticed the time, guys. I'm probably starting to go over long on the video, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep pushing hard west at the moment, just to see what's over there. We've got a whole full ring of items, and I just want to unlock that. Yeah, we found iron. That's good. So we're just going to keep... I mean, if I can unlock all this, that would be fantastic. And actually we run straight into... So we've got Talon territory against Polaris territory. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so let's just go this way as well, and we'll uncover the Polaris territory as well. I mean, there might be... I mean, we might be able to find a trading post or something like that. I haven't actually killed any spiders in this video either. No, we haven't actually seen any, but then I've been whipping across the surface, but I think this is going to be worth it. Yep, so we've now reached the Polaris base. So this is going to be quite an interesting hotspot. I mean, again, from the perspective of base defences, I don't know if any of you guys have actually tried it. Say you make friends and get really friendly with the Polaris, and say you build a base close to their territory, say inside of one of these, would their base defences come to your aid as part of defending your own base? Yeah, we got some more silicon here, we got security bases here. What else have we got? Power plant. I'm not seeing a trading station at the moment. I must admit, I do really like these new Polaris layout bases like this. I mean, it gives a sense of community, of, you know, of rather than just an isolated POI in the middle of nowhere. It just gives that kind of feeling of this is a Polaris community. That made me feel, wow. I can hear spiders. Okay. Let me just get away. And just to wind this part up, I suppose I spoke too soon about the... Oops. Moral of the story is reload. I mean, I do have the mission for the Talon kill spiders, so... Whoops. Whoops. In they come. Oops, he got a strike on me. That's a bit rare. No, I'm only wearing light armor. Reload, back off. Poisonous bite, okay. Aha. I'm gonna need to treat that. Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Wow. See that pause there? Gotcha. Little buggers. Got the... Wow, how many are these? Well, it's going to do my XP pretty good. Got that one. Whoops. I'm panicking a little bit. Another one down. Hey, you're level 3. Hey, keep still. Hey. Gotcha. Now I'm getting poisonous bites. Haha. Hurry up. Yeah, that got a little bit intense, guys. So let's just get back to a hover vehicle. I knew I had the medication, but I just didn't want to fix it up whilst I was actually doing it, fighting. And with poisonous bite, you can actually get away with. And I'm not sure where that gold come from. And, right, what we can do is we're just gonna. You can see here I've got indigestion, but what we can do is pop some purple leaves, and maybe we'll go for another session of that. And of course, we're going to need to eat something. And I think just to wind this video up, we're going to small constructor to the fridge. And what can we do food wise? We got some spices, we got some meat. Do I really need salami? I mean, we got 9 salami there. I mean, the problem with salami is it reduces the amount of food. I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe we'll make about 3 salami. How much should we? Got some alien tooth, herbal leaves, and plant protein. I think we're going to make more of those just to give me some support. I'm okay for antibiotics, poisonous bite, antitoxin. They weigh the same, so it's not much difference between that. I wouldn't mind some. I mean, we've got a couple of thermal parasites, and I'm just going to pop that. And right, guys, just to take us out of this video, just a bit of an update. We're now in this area here. What I will do off camera is make my way back to the base. I'll probably explore this way out round here, and then, well, I suppose I could keep going. In fact, yeah, I think what we're going to do, guys, is in the next part I will move forward again, get back into the daylight, and then the next part we'll carry on exploring round this way and see if we can make some friends on the way through. So we're just going to keep moving west while I'm talking, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting, and then until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.